The HBO studios in Los Angeles buzzed with the electric anticipation of a Friday night taping on this balmy July evening in 2025. The real-time set, a circular arena of curved couches and a massive round table bathed in moody blue lighting, humming with the low murmur of the live audience, an eclectic mix of Hollywood liberals, comedy enthusiasts, and curious conservatives clutching drinks from the green room bar. Bill Maher, the acerbic host in his signature dark suit and loosened tie, exuding that world-weary wit sharpened by decades of political satire, scanned his panel notes with a smirk, flanked by guests like a sharp-tongued comedian and a policy wonk, the air thick with the scent of craft cocktails and the faint ozone of high-definition cameras warming up. The crowd erupted as Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, made her entrance, poised in a sleek black sheath dress that blended California cool with subtle sophistication, her caramel waves cascading loosely, a simple diamond pendant, Harry's quiet token, glinting under the spots as she navigated the applause with a gracious wave, her smile polished yet tinged with the caution of one who'd weathered media monsoons. At 44, Meghan was there to promote her latest Archwell endeavor, a docuseries on modern feminism titled Unbowed Voices, already drawing praise for its intersectional lens on empowerment, a nod to her own narrative of resilience amid royal reckonings. The segment ignited with Maher's trademark banter, his voice a gravelly drawl. Meghan, from Suits to Sussex exile, welcome to the real-time trenches. Your series sounds fierce, how's it feel to flip the script on the firm's fairy tale? She settled into the couch, leaning forward with eloquent ease, recounting a powerful episode featuring a whistleblower's tale of institutional bias, her tone infused with passion as she quipped about Archie's budding activism. He's already questioning the monarchy at bedtime, eliciting chuckles that rippled through the studio like a gentle wave. The panel nodded along, the comedian tossing a light jab about Netflix's royal reboot, but Maher, ever the provocateur with a nose for narrative nerves, swirled his wine glass and steered sharper. Empowerment's the buzz, but let's not gloss, your Oprah odes to oppression and Spare's sibling shade painted you as victim virtuoso. With Harry's Invictus jaunts back home, is this unbowed, or just another bow out from British baggage? The query landed like a satirical stinger, the audience leaning in with a mix of gasps and grins, Meghan's pendant twisting subtly in her fingers as she replied with measured grace, Bill, it's not baggage, it's breakthrough. Unbowed voices, echoes the silenced, racism's grip, mental health's void, not victimhood, but victory. Yet Maher's eyes narrowed, that liberal skeptic's edge honing in, the studio's vibe shifting from convivial to charged, producers in the booth eyeing the spiking viewer metrics as the chat teetered from discourse to duel. This wasn't mere late-night levity, it was a high-wire act where Maher's unfiltered irreverence clashed with Meghan's fortified facade, the first fissures forming in the facade of friendly fire, priming the pump for the powder keg that would propel the episode into infamy. As the panel's crosstalk crested toward the ad break, the real-time set's sardonic sanctuary simmered with escalating static, Bill Maher gesturing emphatically with his glass, wine sloshing like a metaphor for spilling tea, his tie now fully askew as he absorbed Meghan's poise, the audience's laughter lines blurring into uneasy edges. The policy wonk interjected with a neutral nod to Archwell's global grants, prompting Meghan to elaborate on a segment with a South African activist mirroring her own struggles, her voice steady and stirring soft applause, but Maher, undaunted, thrust a tablet forward, its glow illuminating X threads decrying her woke woes, as wealthy wines, victories vague. Meghan, your voice is unbowed, yet spare bold over brothers with frostbite fables and family feuds. Critics call it curated crisis, I call it comedy gold. Without the Windsors, wreckage, what's the hook in your Hollywood hymn? The zinger zipped through the air like a Maher monologue missile, the crowd erupting in a mix of hoots and hushed intakes, the comedians, oof, that's a zinger, underscoring the sting as Meghan's composure cracked ever so slightly, her fingers clenching the couch arm. Hook. Bill, the hook was hate, the tabloids, talons, palace protocols that prioritized pageantry over people. My series saves souls, not sells stories, yours thrives on schadenfreude. Maher's laugh barked back, unbowed, schadenfreude. Spare me, you're the schadenfreude queen, monetizing misery from Montecito. I skewer sacred cows for sanity, you sanctify your saga while siblings simmer in silence. Own the opportunism, or is that too unduchess-like? The accusation amplified, gasps blending with guffaws, the panel frozen in fascination as Meghan leaned in, eyes flashing with the fire of unhealed indictments. Opportunism. You opportunize on everyone's outrage, Diana's death, my despair, for your atheist altar. I've built bridges from broken beams, you burn them for bonfires. The volley volleyed viciously, Maher countering with quips on her Netflix flops and Spotify silences, Meghan retorting with ripples of media misogyny stats, the table a tempest of tension where wine glasses trembled and audience phones glowed with covert captures. X monitors in the booth blipped with hashtag Meghan vs Mar memes multiplying like rabbits, Mars glasses, truth tonic, Meghan's pendant as royal riposte, as producers pondered a premature pause, but the director's directive held, let it rip for the raw ratings rush. The fray wasn't frivolous, it was a fusion of Mars' mordant mockery and Meghan's militant metal, every barb a beat closer to the boiling point where banter boiled over into the brutal boot that would brand the broadcast a benchmark of broadcast brawls. The episode's explosive encore erupted as the clock neared 11 p.m., Bill Maher surging from his seat with satirical swagger, his suit rumpled like a rumination on royalty's ruins, voice thundering over the tumult, bonfires. Duchess, your bonfire's the blame game, torching the throne for TikTok triumphs while we foot the forgiveness bill. I roast for reason, you reign from resentment. You're done here, no more Duchess decrees on my dime. Meghan vaulted upright, dress draping like a discarded decree, mic unclasped with a resonant rip, done. Your dimes dipped in disdain, dismissing despair for dollars. Viewers, voice your victories, not vendettas. The audience imploded into insurrection, a hurricane of hurrahs and hisses, phones a pyre of pilfered pixels as she swept stageward, heels hammering a heroic hymn, her sapphire stare searing the screen, real time. Reel in the ridicule, good night to the grind. Mar, mic in hand like a scepter of scorn, summoned the salvo, grind. Security, grind her out, real time's no refuge for royal rants, we've roasts without the retreat. The call conjured custodians from the curtains, the chaos cresting in cries of, bravo, Bill. Clashing with, stand strong, Meghan, the panels please, Bill, bridge it, buried in the bedlam as the feed fled to fervent fillers for faux fur and fine wines. Frenzy fanned forth. X annihilated with hashtag Mar kicks Meghan soaring stratospheric, smuggled segments surging septillions by sunrise, memes of Mars wine as, woke wrecker, warring Meghans. Micah's, Duchess defiance, deluging digital dunes. 7bo906799C1CHBO's hotlines hemorrhaged under hate and hails, Archwell's appeals ascending in affronted alliance, Meghan's midnight missive, a moon-kissed Montecito vista, captioned, Unbowed onward, ensnaring eternities. Mar, monarch of the moment, monologue to the miasma, time's real when it's raw, ratings revenge, folks, his ex Xerxes, at Meghan Markle, encore. No hard harvest, heralding heresy hurricanes from HBO hordes to ducal devotees. Tabloids from TMZ to the Rap torched the tempest, Duchess dismissed, Mar's masterful mauling, dissecting the kick, in kinetic close-ups, Harry's horizon homage a hushed, my unyielding, palace prattle preening at, Sussex spectacles. Yet beyond the bluster, a biting ballad beckoned. This wasn't HBO hubbub but a harbinger of hosts' hammer-on heritage's haunt, Mar's mordant moxie maiming Meghan's manifest in a maelstrom of media motifs, motive masked by melee, metal mauled for metrics. Sponsors like satire syndicates spiked, real time's reign renewed, but the rift rankled, a rancorous requiem on ridicule's ricochet, kicking not the climax but the kickback's karma. As law's lights languished, the laceration limned a legend. In the lounge of late-night lashings, ejections electrify the ejected, Meghan's majestic meander a manifesto over mauling, mobilizing a mockery mad masses to muse mercy over the merciless maw of mockery in the menagerie of modern media myths.